Alright. Let's see. Did it work? Of course it worked, because it always works. Except the one time I didn't check if it was gonna work. So of course you gotta check. What's going on, y'all? I did see that one of my friends is also streaming right now, which slightly disincentivized me to stream, because I would kind of like rather watch him to some degree, or like not split the traffic if anyone potentially would rather. Could be either way, watching either one. But yeah, I don't have anything filmed for tomorrow yet, so I gotta film something. And I like going live more than I like just filming, so there's my spiel for you. The first thing that I want to do right now is I'm actually gonna go shiny hunt Overqwil, or technically quillfish, right? But I just don't have a quillfish shiny yet, and I would definitely like one. Something I've noticed is that it seems like the only place that there's a TM machine in all of this place is in the center plaza, right? Like, there's this to heal your guys. There's this chick. What do you got? Nothing. So yeah, I mean, where the only place to get TMs here is in the middle. Yeah, hope everyone is doing well. Oh, not that way, not that way. Okay. So we gotta go this way. There they are. So let's see, who's gonna be my resident thing killer today? Let's use Basculegion. Actually, wait, no, Basculegion's gonna die because they are dark types. So you actually can't use Basculegion. So Basculegion goes back in the box. And then we bring out something like Feraligatr technically works. We want to bring out something that's high enough level to actually battle them. Let's bring out Swampert. I just want to bring out something that's not slow, right? Yeah, he doesn't move like crazy slow, but he moves kind of slow. I might want to get something faster than that. 1, 2. Alright, so I guess I could just try to think of banter, right? You know, banter. But the only banter in my head right now is numbers, you know, I'm thinking 5, 6, 7, 8. We're on 8, my guy. And yeah, we gotta keep track. But the good thing is, I don't know, this hunt should be pretty easy. 9, 10. Mostly because this one's easy to see, right? 14, I think. Swampert is kind of slow, though, if we're being honest. I think I'm going to get something else. Oh, wait, we can just use Goldango. Yeah, what am I doing? Yeah, we can just use Goldango. So, let me see. Where's, nothing. I didn't actually take anything out of the box to do that, so. I think we're on, like, 15. I'll call 15 a good number. There you go. Now we're moving. Alright. So I think that's 20. We have to get to 60 and then we make a sandwich. And then we have 30 minutes to catch shiny Pokemon. And to be honest, the odds are pretty high. Like, it's pretty rare that I make a sandwich and I don't find a shiny. So, this is like 24, 25. I'm roughly always off by a few, but I'm always off in an under way, not an over way. And that's what's important, right? You know, because if I think I'm at 60 and I'm at 65, that's fine, you know? So I think that's, yeah, that's like 26 or 27. We'll call that one 27. Get it. There you go. $29, $30, $31. Yeah, I do hope everyone had a good day. I had a chill day. I mostly just, I don't know, did some reading, worked on some other stuff, finished some jewelry. Like 33 or 34, 35. Let's see, 39, 40. I have to go over here. We have spawned too many things around the way. So by my count, we're at like 42 or 43. By their count, it sounds like I'm more at like 48. So that's fine. 44, 45. 47. 50. Oh, is that a shiny right there? No. He takes his way around, though, we'll be honest. He does not always go the straightforward way. $52, $53. Yeah, you see what I'm saying though. You know, I skip a few. That's the way to do it. Then you make sure you're actually hitting 60. Because if I do these 3 here, I'm definitely at 60, I can tell you that much. I just have to get him to not kill that tentacle. And then, now that I'm at this point, I save the game. Jump up top and make a sandwich. I actually don't even know if I have room here to do that. I might have to like go down here. Alright, so assumedly I have room to make a picnic here. I'm gonna look up really quick where the poison sandwich is. Or I mean, what the poison sandwich is. The poison sandwich is noodles. We gotta make a noodle sandwich. Okay, that's fine. So we saved the game. There's not enough room, my guy. I'll tell you where there's not enough room. You know, this game will really have you just slapping a bunch of noodles in between 2 buns and calling it a sandwich. Like, that's all I'm saying. Yo, what up, Critical Hits? You be slapping a bunch of noodles between 2 buns and calling it a sandwich, my guy? I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Thank you. I'm trying to get this Overqwil shiny. I mean, technically, I guess I'm hunting. Right. Right, the freaking noodle sandwich special, my guy. I'm trying to get this Hisuian quillfish, which will eventually become an Overqwil. Nice. So we make our freaking noodle sandwich. You know, that's probably why it's for poison types, because, like, who's eating a freaking noodle sandwich? You know, it just sounds like poison. But to be honest, like, I'm sure there's a lot of instances where just making a noodle sandwich would be good. Like, yeah, well, I was lucky enough to get one in an outbreak today, you know, so that's my main objective with that. Yeah, right, like, you don't just do that. Especially not in a freaking hoagie bun, like, come on, dude. Alright, the winds are blowing in. But I still am confident that we can look for and find a duder. Because honestly, this hunt is like as easy as just like running across the border and then coming back. Border hoppers over here. For a second, I thought there was actually some spawning on the other side over there too. Alright, in this amount of light, we will be able to see a shiny very easily. If the storm kicks up again, it makes it harder. Nope. Skirt, skirt. Yeah, probably gonna run Swift Swim. I technically already have one trained, but I just want to catch a shiny one. So, like, technically we can, if we want, just, like, build an Overqwil team and play with it. But my main plan, I guess, was just to, you know, shiny hunt one. And I kind of want to build a Feraligatr team, but I don't have a Feraligatr trained and ready. So I would need to do that. I do really like the thing about Overqwil though is that like it's a Swift Swim user that's not actually a water type. So you just get like a lot more team versatility out of running it. On the lookout though, I got my eyes peeled, you know, if I see one, I will see it. That's how it goes. That's how the words are. What's its other abilities though? I forget. I mean, it gets Swift Swim. I guess it gets Poison Point, right? But like, I mean, Poison Point's okay. There's definitely times where it's good, especially on things. Sorry, I have hiccups. And like on things like that run minimize. Nice. I have a shiny Feraligatr in my game. Well, I mean, I brought it over from Pokemon Go, but ooh, I almost jumped right into him. Nope. Nope, nothing. Alright, we gotta keep looking. Technically, we could find a shiny Tentacruel, but I don't need one. You know, they say no shiny left behind, but like, would I break my battle chain just for a shiny Tentacool that I don't need? It's hard to say. At least we're getting good spawn ratios, though. Like, you gotta admit that. Because, really, shiny hunting is a game of numbers, right? Like it says, if you spawn enough of these things, you should technically find one within a certain amount of time. And so, the 30-minute time limit is generally long enough that, like, if you are spawning them enough, you'll probably find at least one. Potentially a few, right? But you gotta be eyes peeled, though. Gotta be a freaking eyes peeled Johnny, as they say. I've been having fun with that poll, though. I think the poll is so funny. Right, yeah, we're getting, I would say, yeah, like close to like 10 to 15 sometimes, which is pretty nice. But yeah, I thought that poll we were running is super fun, and the poll is still running. So let me remind you guys, you know, if you haven't answered the new top 2 of the poll, give your input, my guy. Is that a... No, that's not a shiny. It just looks like it, kind of. So we are in the poll. We are now between Enraged Jigglypuff and Nasty Plot Patrick, my guy. Who is the better mascot? I guess is the idea, right? Like, I don't really know. Maybe it's who. I'm sure some people are interpreting it as like who would win in a fight, but you know, you never know what I'm cooking. I'm just being a silly Billy. It's not serious, you know. I like to do silly things because it's, you know, like I get bored of doing this if I'm not just like being unapologetically myself, and like along with that, I'm kind of unhinged sometimes. So like, I was just like, you know, let's do this stupid poll that like barely makes sense, but it's funny because of that, and you know, so we're basically voting on what's like the better alternate thumbnail for my channel, because I just kind of got tired of the Kanto Clark thumbnail. Like it looked all right, but it's just not very like, it just wasn't like super attractive. So I switched to the Life Orb Slowbro thumbnail. Or you know what I mean. It's like, it's the little like circle thing that you see in the bottom corner when you're watching my channel. And the Life Orb Slowbro I think looks really good. I like it because it has that like Gen 1 graphic nostalgia, and I also used Life Orb Slowbro in my draft league where I got second place, and then I like lost to some like hacks and you know whatever, but you can't really blame hacks for everything. So yeah, Life Orb Slowbro is my freaking guy, but you know, I was having fun, and I'll answer your question after I finish ranting. Um, I was having fun, and I was just creating like other thumbnails, or they're not thumbnails, but like you know what I'm saying. It's like a profile picture. I was creating other profile pictures that I thought were funny. One of them is freaking Nasty Plot Patrick. One of them is Enraged Jigglypuff, because Enraged Jigglypuff is one of my other favorite, you know, Pokemon memes besides the Slowbro just being freaking weird looking. Yeah, I love Jigglypuff, and I love the Nasty Plot Patrick gif as well. I do my own thumbnails. I'm not like crazy good at it, if we're being honest. Like, I just what was that Pokemon that was just right there? Never mind. Like, I do well enough to get by on my thumbnails, if that makes sense, but like, I'm fully willing to recognize that I don't really like use a good software to do them. And so like I'm kind of just like getting by with what I have. The thumbnail game has definitely been revolutionized a lot since I started doing content, and so like people make really good thumbnails now. I was originally given like more or less bad advice by one of my friends on how to make a good thumbnail, because we were both like starting, and he just like thought his graphic vision could fit what I was doing, and it didn't. So like, you know, by trying to follow his advice, I basically like stopped doing things that I liked doing with my thumbnails for a while. All for like, you know, him and others basically to circle back around to what I was doing anyways, and then for me to like try to pick it back up. But like, people kind of receive change in different ways, right? So like when you change your thumbnails or the style of your thumbnails, not everyone keeps watching because they get used to looking for what you're doing, especially when you are a smaller content creator. Like if you're a bigger content creator, it doesn't matter, right? Like you just kind of, you know, you can change your thumbnails and people still like find your videos, you know. But yeah, I feel like kind of like switching my thumbnails a few times over the course of being a content creator kind of stagnated the channel at periods, which wasn't really good. But ultimately, I probably should have just kept following my own advice and doing basically what we're doing right now, which is, you know, making like action shots. Like, I like action shots, you know, they're to me like the best looking with what I have available, you know? Like a lot of people now are starting to do kind of like graphical thumbnails, you might say. And they're like actually drawing their thumbnails and doing this like cartoon style, and you know, there's kind of like a there's like a larger community that is doing like a kind of like cartoonish style of graphics now, and they look good, right? But you know, I also think that the style of thumbnail that I do looks really good, it's more similar to like, I guess what you see like Pokesports and Bruno and Vatsa and like guys like that doing, who aren't like cartoonizing their thumbnails. But I guess I haven't like found a way to make some of my thumbnails pop very well. And that's why I spent a little while trying to find a background that I liked enough that I could just use it with every thumbnail. And I never really found it, which was one of the things that I got a little like frustrated with, because there's other channels that have literally just like stuck with like one background, one thumbnail type, and they just like do that forever, and their channel just seems to be like massively successful, right? And obviously it's not just about thumbnails, right? Like there's a lot that goes into it. But finding something that's consistent definitely helps. And yeah, I don't know. I've never felt like my thumbnails like pop as well as I want them to with some of the backgrounds that I use. But that's why I like the action shots, because the action shots pop better. And they kind of fit the style of what I like doing more anyways, than just like grabbing like copy paste, images of Pokemon and like putting them in a generic background or something, like, which I ultimately like, you can make that look really good, and it is fun to make certain thumbnails that way. But like, I really like the action shots, so like, the things like what I did with today's thumbnail compared to what I did with like yesterday's thumbnail, are technically what I like more. But I also like having the creative freedom to be able to like bounce back and forth between doing those things. So sorry for that, was a very long explanation to your question. Yeah, no, I feel you. Yeah, everyone has their own like what they're good at, right? And technically you can practice and get better at the things that you feel like you're not good at, right? But like, for some people, you have a certain niche in which your like talents fit, right? And when I was a drawer, you might say, which I was never like particularly good at drawing, but I did do it for a certain amount of time. When I was a drawer, I really could only draw patterns. So, what up, Zach? I could really only draw patterns. So, anything that I drew was just like shapes and like designs and just things that I thought looked kind of cool. But like, I can't draw an object worth anything, right? And that doesn't mean I don't like drawing. That doesn't mean I can't like make a good drawing that is really interesting. But I just can't do anything very realistic, and I especially can't like draw like a face or like a something like that, something like super realistic. So yeah, I mean, you're basically like in the same situation, right? Which I respect. Like, with what you to this point have been able to develop in your skill set, you're a lot more comfortable just doing black and white things. But that doesn't mean what you're doing is bad. I'm sure you've done things that you look at as being really good, or like a testament of your skill, right? And just because you aren't comfortable doing things in color doesn't really mean anything, right? Like, if you want to do color, you just got to learn how to. It's going to take you time, but the fact that you already have the base of being like being somewhat skilled in black and white drawing, in whatever level of skill, I guess is what I meant to say, because I don't know what level of skill you're at, but that's ultimately the stepping point, right? Man's just out here freaking running back and forth, blabbing, not finding shinies, like. We got 9 minutes. Yeah, I was gonna say, don't try to talk to me, Tentacool. We're out here shiny hunting. And this one should be pretty easy to see, like, it's literally like gray. Right? I honestly don't think a lot in terms of definitions. I mean, technically labels is the right way to put it, but like people nowadays use the word label too much, and they've like co-opted the word label. So like it is technically the right way to put it, right? Where like I wouldn't call myself an empath, because like to me the word empath is a kind of loosely defined word. And I don't know, like I don't necessarily like fully understand what it entails, but like I do know what an empath is, right? An empath is like somebody who's very empathetic, and like yes, I'm very empathetic. So like if that was the question, yes, like I'm a very empathetic person. But yeah. I've been through a lot in my life, and if there's anything that I like being able to do, it's to like spread my knowledge and to help people think through things. And we're all at different points in our lives, and coming into different realizations, and I've had a lot of time to think in my life, so I recognize that at times I will have wisdom to give people that are from a perspective that they might not have thought of yet. So it's kind of nice. Yeah. And I mean, it's not, I don't necessarily know how to explain what I meant by like not just saying yes, I'm an empath, you know what I mean? But like questions like that, it's like it would take me like a solid like hour of like not being streaming and like sitting there thinking to myself to like have to fully like put into words why I didn't just say yes, I'm an empath, right? But like I have a lot of I have a very like thorough thought process, and I don't know, I just analyze things a lot. Is that the shiny? No. But no, I mean, ultimately it's just that like words mean a lot of different things to different people, right? And like you don't like, we live in a world where yeah, just things can mean a lot of different things to different people, so you don't always like know what people mean when they say, you know, are you an empath? Like that might mean different things to, you know, depending on who's asking it, right? And so you don't always know what kind of conversation it's about. Mostly that relates to things like crystal energy, right? Like when someone starts talking about like crystals and, you know, astrology and whatever, like it's, you know, I don't believe in stuff like that, but like when someone does say that they are a certain way or that they believe in certain things, it can be taken in multiple different ways. And I mean, I don't know why I'm getting into this discussion over the word empath, because being an empath is generally a good thing, right? But it's just not a word that I use a lot, I think is the point in the end of the day, right? And so like when I think of like words that I describe myself as, I describe myself as like, yeah, I'm pretty down to earth. I appreciate that. But like, yeah, when I think of words that I describe myself as, like, I think of myself as like a philosopher, like a physicist, a psychologist, like a deep thinker. You know, I'm definitely a caring person. You know, I care a lot about people. Uh, but yeah, I mean, the word empath is just not a word that I regularly use in my vocabulary because, like, it sounds like, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Because like I don't use the word a lot. Like it sounds like a grouping type of thing, which I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. But yes, thank you for allowing me to go on a rant. Man, where's this freaking shiny at, my guy? They tell you there's shinies, and then there's no shinies. All right, let's see. Either way, I'm gonna start team building after this, though. Like, I'm not gonna, you know, I don't feel like just shiny hunting forever. This is a freaking bad weather to be hunting, because it's like you can't see anything. Haven't built any teams on ladders since the Kitakami prologue. Interesting. The Kitakami prologue was definitely quite some time ago. The team that I built for the Kitakami prologue was okay. It definitely wasn't anything special. I'm just gonna reset now and start team building. Nice. Okay, so yeah, we're just gonna start team building, so I'm not too worried about finding the Overqwil right now. Technically, I only have another hour to do it, but I can always just get it some other time. So here's my Overqwil. In case we do perchance to want to use it, my guy. So we've got Overqwil Boy, Swift Swim, Toxic Spikes, Crunch, and Barbarage. It's not really a good moveset if we're being honest. Let's see. I think it gets Liquidation, right? So, like, you can technically run Protect. You run Protect. You can run Poison Jab. You can run Lash Out, Gyro Ball. You can run Waterfall. I think Liquidation is like 5 points stronger technically or something. Right, yeah. So you either run Liquidation, which has a chance to lower defense, or you run Waterfall, which has a chance of flinching. And if we're being honest, flincher's in the chat. So staying up around this time later playing Pokemon. Yeah, me too. I mean, I'm on the East Coast too, and so this is kind of like my time to unwind, you know? At late at night, you know, just kind of hanging out. May poison the target. Moves doubles if they're already poisoned. Okay. Yeah, that's probably what I'm thinking about. Is I'm probably gonna switch it to Water Terra and then run Waterfall. We technically don't really need the Water Terra, but like I kind of want it. And then I'm gonna drop Barbarage. I actually think it's kind of bad. North Carolina, nice. North Carolina's kind of nice though. At least some areas. I haven't been to everywhere, but... Alright, so what am I thinking? I want to run a Life Orb Overqwil, kind of, just because. We got this. We've got this. We got this. Alright, so we already have a good core here, right? We have Overqwil, Pelipper, and Archaludon. Now we just need to find other Pokemon that work. Ludicolo. I know my Ludicolo is technically trained. It's not trained super well because I used to be not as good at EV training as I am now. One of the ways that you can tell is that I used to like to invest in defense instead of HP. So, you know, if you look at this EV spread, like, this isn't a good EV spread. You need to take some of that off the defense and give it to HP. That way, you're increasing your survivability of physical and special hits. Because there's a certain point at which you're getting the same amount of benefit from investing in HP as you are in defense, except that when you invest in HP, you're also getting bulk for special defense as well, right? So, like, until your HP is more than 2 times your defense, you're not getting diminishing returns, right? So, as long as my HP is less than 2 times my defense, I should be investing in HP instead of defense if I actually want to get the most out of it, right? And so the correct thing to do to this Ludicolo would be to take some defense points off of it and give them to HP. And we can do that. So let's see. Let's say I'm gonna do 6. And then I'll have to go buy them. Yeah, I mean, you should be investing in HP instead of investing in defense and special defense if your HP is less than 2 times your defense and special defense. So I'm gonna sell some items really quick. Looks like I don't really have anything to sell. So that's fine. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could like sell some of this. Right, yeah. I used to invest in my defenses like right away just because I liked seeing the number be bigger. Like I used to like think to myself that if I have a level 100 Pokemon and every stat is above 200 and HP is above 300, that means I have a good Pokemon. You know, that was what I used to think in my head. So I just wanted to see like every stat be above 200 and then HP be above 300, right? But you know, it's obviously like there's a more analytic way to think about things, especially for like specifically tailoring your moveset, right? Or your optimizations. But sorry, so I have not caught Raging Bolt yet. I am playing Scarlet, or I mean I'm playing Violet version, and I do have Scarlet version, but I haven't taken the time to play it. So let's see, 182. Technically, it looks like it's actually only gonna be like a couple more. There you go. Yep, that's what I thought. Yeah, so it's only 24. Alright, so yeah, that's what you call a technically more optimized spread. We have Bubble Beam, which is not a good move. What I want to run is Energy Ball. What does this thing get? I mean, I was gonna say, it does get Muddy Water, right? Like, if not, it's just trash. So, I mean, we can run Protect. We don't really have to. We did see that this thing gets Knockoff. I really like Raging Bolt. I haven't tried it yet, so I can't really speak for it. But, like, design-wise, I think it's a very cool Pokemon. Concept-wise, also very cool Pokemon. Like, Electric Dragon is a great typing, and it is very useful in the current meta, so... You know, I mean, it does just die to Flutter Mane, but... What doesn't? Okay, so let's see. I don't really need any of these other moves. I feel like if anything you can just like run Terra Blast. But I feel like I'm gonna end up wanting Protect. So I might just run Muddy Water, Protect, Energy Ball. Oh, it does get Scald, right? What up, Blake? How's it going? Weather Ball's also good, right? I like Muddy Water because it's spread damage, but besides that, like, yeah, I agree. So we have Muddy Water, Fake Out, Protect, and Energy Ball. We have Dragon Pulse, Heavy Slam, Body Press, and Electro Shot. I do understand why people are running Draco Meteor over Dragon Pulse, but like I personally just like it. Protect, Hurricane, Weather Ball, and Wide Guard. I'd like to see Tailwind fit in there, kind of, but like I don't really know if we need to. Shiny hunting, nice, Blake. I am done shiny hunting for now. We were unsuccessful. I might just throw Porygon 2 on the team if we're being honest. Porygon 2. And then... That's not the right Porygon 2. Something that I saw people doing with Porygon 2 that I actually really like is running Terra Blast. Because with Terra Blast, you can get a stab normal move, and then you can just turn it into something else. Yeah. Yeah. Draco Meteor is very hit and miss. Well, it has its definitive drawbacks, right? So what other Pokemon would make this team fun that's in the new decks? Like, hold on. Let me just give the items where they need to be first, so... So we bring our leftovers back here. Yeah, exactly. The Terrablast P2 is pretty cool. So we have that. We have Life Orb. So let's see. Life Orb, Focus Sash, Assault Vest, nothing, and then Eviolite. So we just need an item for this. I mean, we could run Citrus Berry. There's really no reason we can't. Blood Moon, I would say not, mostly because it doesn't like being in the rain. But Blood Moon's like not a terrible Pokemon. Technically, we could run Rillaboom, but well, yeah. I mean, like we could run Rillaboom. I was trying to think of a newer Pokemon, which Electivire could be. Ogerpon, yeah. My Electivire is not trained yet, but it could be good on this team. Let's get Zapdos. Ooh, what if we ran... Ooh. Okay. Man, why are these both freaking physical Regielekis? Like, why would I do that to myself? So, we have to use this one, which is a special Regieleki that is not bulky. We have to get enough. I actually might have a modest mint, but I don't think I do. Yeah. Did it just say... Wow. One shard is worth 1,500. I can give that, my guy. I'll give you that. That's easy money, you know? Okay, so we got that. Yeah, that's pretty convenient, you know? Hmm. Yeah, definitely hope everyone has had a good day, though. I think, you know, even though we're doing this right now and we're making Regieleki usable, there's a really good chance that I'm just gonna end up running Zapdos, so. Need any mints or items, let me know. Thank you, sir. Mostly, like, I'm just lazy, so I don't really feel like, you know, I don't really feel like farming resources sometimes, but, like, I usually have enough to, like, do what I need to, right? So let's see. Thunderbolt, Thunder, Electroweb, and Terrell the Blast version. We technically probably want to run Volt Switch. So I'm actually going to drop Thunderbolt for Volt Switch. Alright, let's see. So, TMs. But like I said, though, like, even though I'm actually taking a little bit of time to train this Regieleki, there's a really good chance I'm just going to use Zapdos. Like, Zapdos is in almost every instance just better. It's like... there's some instances, you know, in which purely by being fast, Regieleki is good, right? But, doesn't always get you that far. So yeah, we're gonna run Volt Switch, Thunder, Electroweb, and Terra Blast. We're gonna go get the Ice Terra. I don't know what Terra I want to run on Ludicolo right now. I'm probably just gonna end up picking something. And then, like, figuring it out later, you know? Like, I also only have so many Terra Shards. And there is Kingdra, right? Like, technically we could be using Kingdra right now. The main reason why I didn't want to use Kingdra is that I already have Duraludon evolution, but technically they're not weak to the same things, right? So in some sense, I can just run that, right? Like, I can run our Chaladon Kingdra, and I'm not, like, disbenefiting myself by picking up an extra double weakness, you know what I mean? So, there's that. Alright. But I don't know if we'll run Kingdra. Like, we might, you know? Technically, it could be a good addition to the team. For now, let's go get our Ice Terra Blast. Terra Fairy Kingdra, interesting. So what I was thinking was, I was thinking of running Scarf, Regieleki, So we have Scarfragilecki, Porygon, Ludicolo, Archaludon, Pico, and Overqwil. I probably do want to change Overqwil's Terra. Let me see. I do have Grass Terras as well. I think I'm gonna end up wanting to give Grass Terra to my Archaludon because I want it to be able to be good against Amoonguss, if that makes sense. But that's actually what I could do with, yeah, you get Pico. Like, someone gets it. You know, he's back. And not only is he back, but he's rampaging. So we've got Pico the rampaging. Because it has a mark, my guy. So, you know. If Mr. Briny was here, like, he would freaking get it. At least that's who I think it was. You know, my memory's not always perfect, but, like, sometimes I remember things. So what Terra do we want? We could run Electric Terra on Ludicolo, if we're being honest. Fire Terra, Ludicolo, it covers some of its problems. It really does. So, like, I don't mind Fire Terra Ludicolo, I just think it's not that useful in most instances, right? Fairy Terra is cool. I mean, Fairy Terra is kind of just like a slap it on your Pokemon Terra right now, right? Like, what I'm thinking is... Yeah, I mean, you could do Dragon. What I'm thinking right now is Fire. And my general willingness to accept that right now is that Dragon Terra is very common right now because it's good against, like, the elements, and it's good against but the thing is, it's bad against Fluttermane, right? And so, like, I actually do kind of want to just go Fire Terra, because even though it's bad in the rain, it gives Ludicolo, you know, some ability to get out of certain things, while, I mean, if I did want to, I could technically run Terra Blast Ludicolo, right? So... Right. So, I don't even think I have enough Dragon Terra shards left right now. We're gonna do the Fire Terra Ludicolo. Fire Terra is good against Flutterfish, which is one of the best things, because if you're Flutterfish, you're pretty comfortable just clicking Heat Wave and Dazzling Gleam in front of Ludicolo. Like, even if I set up Rain, you're probably still doing a lot. Unless I Fire Terra, so... We have Fire Terra. Archaludon, I do think I'm probably going to want to give Grass Terra to, like I said earlier. But all in all, this is pretty much shaping up. And then, if anything, we just take Regieleki off for... Well, okay, so we need to give an item to this, too. I'm gonna do something less than optimal. I'm going to do this. So I'm gonna run Blunder Policy right now. It's not really that good of a choice. I'm probably gonna switch to Citrus Berry after that. Nah, it's all good, bro. I appreciate it. You don't gotta give me those shards. Yeah, you do actually get shards pretty quickly in the DLC, so you know, I can work my way up to it. Okay, so yeah, everything looks good. There's nothing that we really need to adjust here. Like, I really don't even know if I need to run Tailwind again. Like, you know, does this team need Tailwind? Like, it really doesn't look like it. Our Chaldon might not mind. I mean, it's not like the slowest thing in the world, if we're being honest. So, like, I might run Tailwind, but if I do, I have to drop Protect or Wide Guard. And, I mean, technically I could drop Weather Ball, but I think I'm just going to start testing this team now. Let me see how far away I am from giving Water Terra to... What's his name? I'm also fully willing to acknowledge that this team might be bad. Okay, I'm pretty far away from Water Terra. And how many Fairy Terra shards do I have? $55. Yikes. Big yikes. So let's see. I mean, technically it's not going to take me very long to get 50 water shards if I do need to. I know Critical, you technically just like offered me Terra shards, which I appreciate. But you know, sometimes you gotta sometimes you gotta earn them the fair and square way. Alright, nice. Yeah, so we'll be able to get them very quickly with things like this. So... But, like, how? How can you... I mean, I guess I would have to just trade and trade back the Pokemon with you, right? Because I don't really see how else we would do it. Okay, so what am I trying to do? So there's two ways to, in my mind, quickly do pretty much any Pokemon, right? The first way... Right. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's probably going to be quicker. So, like, we kind of might as well do that. So yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna start setting up this, battle. But if you want to start, like, a lobby, you know, I'll probably join. And we can probably just get this done quicker. Okay, so let's see. This should go pretty quickly, though. About to set the lobby? Okay. I did just join this Terra raid or whatever, so just give me a sec. And then I'll join. Belly drum D. We might actually be able to not get him to yep, that's what I wanted. See, he didn't even proc his freaking his defenses or whatever. I love how it just says that my battery is you know, low battery, but it's not. Yeah, after I finish this this one, we'll do the lobby real quick. Yeah, thank you. Alright, knock him out. See, I knew that was gonna happen. See, I'm already up to 20 Terra Shards, though, in my game. We would have been there in no time. Okay. Hold on a sec. Let me just go take Overqwil out of my party. Do. Nice. And then, yeah, I'll go into the trade lobby or whatever, you know? So yeah, for those who don't know, when you're in a link with people, you don't need to put in a code to find the people you're with, if that makes sense. So this is one of the reasons why when you're in like an online tournament and some in-person tournaments as well, they like you to be joined in the same union circle while you're playing the game together, because if you do, then you don't have to use a code to search for each other, and it like technically like makes your connection in the game stronger or something. Like, I don't know, But yeah, Critical, just let me know. Just let me know after we do the trade when you're ready to trade back, because I guess I technically won't know unless you let me know in the chat. Yeah. So just the water terror type, that's all. Yep, exactly. Yep. Let's see your training here. I'm gonna take a look at your training, my guy. Full HP, full special attack. Thank you. Thank you for... I almost forgot to quit. I got so wrapped up in what I was doing. No, follow me. I guess follow me's an egg move. So let's take a look. What is on the, we got Murkrow, we got Sharkadet, Mouse, Sawsbucks, Seadra, Graveler, Duosion. Bro, why did they make Duosion and the lower ones so bad shinies? Like, yeah, I already have a shiny Murkrow, so I don't really need to hunt it. But it is nighttime in the game, which is one of the prerequisites, you know. No, I like Reuniclus a lot. It's just, I don't know why they made the lower shiny forms suck. Like, Reuniclus, great shiny. Solosis, not good. And same with the other one. What was that notification, though? Are you Are you ready to trade? Awesome. Okay. Thanks for stopping in, Blake. I appreciate you. We'll have some matches for you to watch tomorrow from the stream. So, you know what we're doing today will ultimately be uploaded. Thank you. Yeah, have a good night, man. Nice. Alright, we're Overqwil Gaming now. You never know what's gonna happen. Like I said, I'm definitely making no guarantees that this team is gonna be good. We're kind of just like building because that's just what I do, you know? That's just what I do. But yeah, thank you for helping, sir. Yeah, you know, my creative thought processes never stop, you know. I'm always team building something. I've always got some sort of idea going. And I can't guarantee they're all perfect, but nice. Okay, so we got everything we need to technically have a ready team now. If anything, we can give our child on Grass Terra to make it better against the guy, you know, the annoying one, the mushroom one. But yeah, so I mean, if we want, we can do Grass Terra, but I do like Electric Terra because it boosts Electro Shot, right? We technically have a boosted Thunder, which is good. But we also, like I said, might just want to run the Tailwind Zapdos with Thunder, Hurricane, and Roost, right? So that's actually seems like a pretty good addition to the team. Got plenty of time. Nice. Yeah, Critical. I mean, if you ever want to build a team together, just hit me up on Discord, and we could build together sometime. All right. So, like I was saying earlier, I do think blunder policy is probably bad, but it's a pretty easy change. All right. So we can run Regieleki. We can run Regieleki. Ooh, we could give Ludicolo Ice Beam. I forgot that Ludicolo gets Ice Beam. Regieleki, Ludicolo with Pico and Overqwil. So this is the thing about Electric Terra too, is that with Electric Terra, you can't get out of the ground weakness, right? Whereas with Grass, you can. So you never know. Alright, Quackable. My freaking Jono. You call that damage. Okay. Okay. I mean, honestly though, like, Regieleki's doing Regieleki things right now. And it's kind of nice. If you have to be honest, it's kind of nice. So we'll go for Electro up again. We miss? No, we don't. Dude, like, why did they mess up the move animation? Can we talk about that? Like, why did they make there be this, like, 1 second gap in between everything that's happening? Like, because that's normally what happens when you miss a move, right? But now, it just happens. Like, but yeah, we swept. Like, that was no contest. Big Jeebus. So this is definitely a different take on Rain than the last team I built with Mouseape. I honestly think this one's a little bit better because the Mouseape team was just kind of I was trying to do too much, I think would be the proper way to put it. But GG's. And like, in some sense, you could say this team is trying to do too much, right? Like, it has Trick Room, it has this, it has that, but it's not the same. Like, the Mouseape team is like, you have Mouseape, you have, you got this gimmick, you got that gimmick. Like, you don't have to run like 3 gimmicks, you know? Like, you can just run stuff. That being said, this is gonna probably be difficult. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do here. I think... I kind of want to start our Chaladon Regieleki and try to just Electro Shot them right away and click Ice Beam. What else I'm thinking I could do is start Ludicolo Regieleki. Excuse me. I can start Ludicolo Regieleki. I bring our Chaladon in the back. And then... I honestly think we kind of need Pico here. Mostly because... if we end up in a bad situation with Regieleki, we need Hurricane. but not bringing something that hard walls Basket Legion might lose me the game. So, yeah, I have stamina. Okay. So this is why I was running safety goggles on my Paladin. Annoying little mushroom. All this just to kill a mushroom, you know what I'm saying? Like, excuse me. And the funny thing is, like, if they Terra Amoongus, it might live. Alright. So we go for the Terra Blast again. I'm actually just gonna hit them with the +1 body press in this slot in case they swap. Oh, that sucks. Because I did that, like, completely wrong, obviously. So, what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to avoid hitting our Chaladon until I have more defense boosts. But if I had just hit them right there, it probably would have been better. Excuse me. So they will go after our Chaladon again. Big mistake. That being said, we're not really, like, winning this exchange, so... I'm also gonna remember to mute myself next time that I like cough like that, so you know. I just gotta clear my throat sometimes, you know? That's what it's about. Just gotta clear the throat. So what do we do here? We have a few possibilities. The main thing that I want to do is cover for the fact that they might actually just do something, right? If you're them, the correct thing is to technically protect. I feel like I can probably get away with this, though. Yeah, so they do protect. I mean, they're just playing correctly. They miss a Draco Meteor. And they're really fast. So, if anything, I kind of want to Weather Ball the Archaludon. And Dragon Pulse Archaludon. Yeah, I know. The cough is okay, but like... This should KO. Crit didn't matter. So what am I thinking? I'm thinking... Technically, I'm not just in a winning position right now. But the fact that they're going to do that means we win. Yeah, because I mean, like, he didn't even try to get out of it. Like, he didn't even try. Like, you know, like he hasn't even used his Terra. GG's. All right. I haven't even opened the soda next to me. So we're having fun. And let's take a look again at the team. So we've basically just identified a core, right? Like Regieleki, Pelipper, Archaludon, and Ludicolo. We haven't used Overqwil. We haven't used Porygon. It's been fine. This is gonna be a hard one, honestly. This is gonna be a really hard one. 'Cause like, sure, I can start Regieleki, Ludicolo, I guess. Like Regieleki, Ludicolo with Pelipper and Porygon. Yeah, I don't think we can win this one. Like, it's mainly the Lilicoal, right? Like, the Lilicoal is so annoying. If they don't start Lilicoal, we're fine, right? But like, if they don't start Lilla, they start Lilicoal. So, what? Like, we switch in Pico and we click Muddy Water, like, yeah. So, because they started Torkoal, we're in a better position here. If they had Torkoal in the back, please have hit Torkoal. No! Okay, that's important. So hopefully they bring Torkoal back out. They don't. Okay. I have to just rely on Muddy Water not missing, honestly. Like, because I really need to KO this Trevenant. Yeah, you see what I'm saying. Ultimately, I think we are still winning this, though. Because they're going to go for Blood Moon. We bring out Regieleki. We switch to P2 and click Volt Switch. Nice. So now we have Pico out in our flying slot, even though it's not going to matter probably. They go for Hyper Voice. Throat Spray Ludicolo with Hyper Voice. Probably not. I guess that's a way to sum it up. Just probably not. Right. So I am gonna Terra Oso Scare here just because I can. We're gonna win, so like, whatever, you know? Mainly I need to get out of this Earth Power. Because if they click Heat Wave, I don't really care that much. If they click Protect, they get yoinked, though. Damage. Earth Power for what? he was like, don't worry, I get it. I lose, okay? I lose. And I was like, yeah, I'm sorry, my guy. I can't win that one for you. I can only win it for myself. Because I won. So, fun. Nice. So I mean, like, Overqwil didn't do anything. If anything, I think what that tells you is that ultimately we should probably be switching Overqwil off the team for something else. There's a lot of other options in the world, so like we're really not at like a lack of better options. I mean, and why not just run Kingdra, right? Like, I mean, we could just run Kingdra. So what's the thought process, right? Like, the thought process is if I go into Trick Room, I mean, Overqwil is okay. Overqwil, typing-wise alone, is pretty decent into some of the bigger problems in the format. Mainly size spam. So, Overqwil does deal with size spam. It deals with... I don't know what else it deals with. But I think I'm gonna keep it, you know? Don't knock it till you try it. That's what the kids say. Hopefully not. Hopefully they don't still say that. Okay, so let's see. We've got Joverquill. We've got Pico. Joverquill, Pico. Archaludon. Plan for it. Right. So yeah, like it's technically not a bad Pokemon to have, right? Alright, so Here's the real question. Is Archaludon Rob Schneider? Because Rob Schneider is a stapler. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Why'd you guys let me do that? Come on. Rob Schneider is a stapler. Oh, man. It's so great. Like, it's just too great. You get it. Like, yeah, I know you get it. Ooh, and we have technically we have Shroomish if we want to hunt Shroomish. So I do think I'm gonna give Archaludon the Grass Terra. Like, in terms of having a team that's good against a Mungus, I just think that, like, these are some of the little optimizations we can do to actually make our team better, right? So I'm just going to go over here. We're going to act like Metagross is Archaludon for now. And then I also think I'm going to take the Focus Sash off Pelipper and give it back the safety goggles. But I also kind of need to fix my Pelipper spread. Well, that's not true. I don't really need to fix my Pelipper spread. We're fine. But I do think I want to run safety goggles Pelipper on this team, so. Let's find my safety goggles. Ooh, watch this. I'm going to mute myself before I cough. Did you guys hear it? No. You see, because I muted myself. Okay. So, where is it? So we got safety goggles. Pico ain't forget his gogs today. You know what I'm saying? Dude, I'm never gonna not laugh when I see that name. Like, cause he's a stapler. Jeez, man. It's just like, I don't even know how they come up with some of this stuff. I really don't. So let's think. Would it be nice to drop Protect for Ice Beam? I mean, the thing is, you kind of need as many Protects as you can. Hitmontop is good. I mean, I'm probably not going to run Hitmontop on this team, but, like, Hitmontop is a good Pokemon. Like, it can fit a niche. I don't know if it's really that good right now, but it definitely can be good. Okay, so we have Protect on Overqwil and Pelipper. We don't have Protect on that. We have Protect on this. Fake Out, Wide Guard, Quick Guard, Triple Axle, Close Combat, Feint, It gets a lot. It gets quite a lot. I think I'm gonna actually try the I'm trying to like decide if I actually want to do Ghost Terra Blast Porygon, because like there's gonna be times where having Ghost Terra Blast is actually kind of bad, right? So I don't like. Sometimes I'm gonna want Ghost Terra and not Ghost Terra Blast. You know what I'm saying? So let's think really quick. Does this team have any trouble beating Fluttermane? Not really. Does this team have any trouble beating Archaladon? Or no. Goldango. I mean, we have Overqwil. So, like, potentially not. I mean, honestly, Overqwil is our answer to not needing Ghost Terra Blast. But, like, I don't know. What do we think, chat? Should we run Ghost Terra Blast, or should we just keep Tri-Attack? Goldango is usually Steel Terra a lot of the time, yeah. So let's see, like, technically, like we were saying, we could run Ice Beam. I do think that Ice Beam is kind of good. Like, we could also run Icy Wind. No. You want Assault Vest for Archaladon. Archaladon is not that good without Assault Vest. Unfortunately. So... Okay, I just gotta go make a TM. So... I do like Ice Beam. Mainly Ice Beam is for Landorus, though, right? Like... So what am I actually running Ice Beam for is the question, right? Like, how good really is Ice Beam? Hyper Voice. Right. I might honestly just keep Protect. Like, I don't feel like I'm gonna need Ice Beam enough, if that makes sense. It's a way to hit Amoonguss. It's a way to hit like things like Rillaboom, I guess. Which we had Pelipper for. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep Protect, honestly. Like, so let's see. We've got this. We've got this. The main thing we needed to do was the Grass Terra, and then we actually do have Ice Beam on Porygon too, which kind of makes up for it, right? And we got Grass Terra. We got the Safety Goggles is another massive update to this team. I do want to check this. That's fine. I probably won't be messing with any other nicknames because a lot of these Pokemon come from different games, which means if you change their names, you can only change them once, right? Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong, right? Like, Blizzard would be a really good way to activate my blunder policy. That's kind of true. I mean, Yeah. I don't know. We can give it a try. So, I do think that I want to try this team for at least like 1 or 2 more matches. I'm also going to test out running Terra Blast and see how I feel about it. Let's see. I'm just looking for something that I have a lot of. Grubbins. Alright, nice. So we'll try running Terra Blast. And we will game. Yeah. So just one more quick check. Looks good. Sorry, I haven't been showing my face in the videos anymore, by the way. It is kind of helping the channel grow, though, if we're being honest. And that's kind of just one of the things about being a small content creator. Okay. So Overqwil's actually pretty good here. We can start like Overqwil. Overqwil Reggie Lecky isn't bad. With Pico Archaladon. Yeah, I think that should work. Alright, Jesse. Salamanca. Boom, 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 boom. It's like... Oh, man. I am truly from the Guitar Hero generation. Okay. So this is actually a case that Ludicolo with Blizzard would have been really good. I'm gonna just click Poison Jab. Ooh, wait. Gaming. You would too if it happened to you, my guy. Leftovers Dragonite. Which my Overqwil is faster than. So, I mean, I kind of would have liked to take out Dragonite last turn, but I'm pretty confident in our board position, so, like, I'm just gonna click Crunch, and I'm gonna click Terra Blast again, right? Because, like, you can only Terra one thing. If you do anything that's, like, remotely good, you switch out Dragonite, but you don't, so... But, I mean, if we can say anything, you know, like, we're just trying to have fun here, so, like, you know, we might as well just keep the Blizzard, like... Yeah, the, Blazing Bulwark. Blazing Bulwark is cool. So, our opponent definitely, like, it's like I want to call it an in-game team, but, like, in reality, they're just not playing very high level, right? So, like, if they had Bullet Punch, they should have clicked it. If they had Terras, they should have clicked it. Like, they're just kind of letting us do whatever we want. They clicked Stone Edge, like, how does that make sense? You know? Rob Schneider. But, I mean, we definitely had, like, a lot to do versus their team, so I do want to check this, just to get a better idea of what I'm working with, because, you know, I hadn't really checked my stats again in a while, so that makes sense. That's a perfectly fine spread. I have nothing wrong with that. Does seem like I'm hitting not, like, crazy hard, so if I do want to switch to Adamant, that's something we can think about. Called it to Smeargle, nice. Yeah, that's a good point. You can give Smeargle Blazing Bulwark. So I think that is going to be the last adjustment we make to the team. Let's make Overqwil Adamant, and then let's get you guys that rental code. Because we're not trying to take this like crazy seriously, it is, all things considered, the very beginning of the format. I'm just gonna keep Blizzard. I'm gonna get Adamant Overqwil. But yeah, I mean, like, it's not like we need to really think this team through super hard and be like, try hard, like, I need to make sure this is the best team ever, right? Like, it's getting there. Like, this is a pretty decent team, you know, and it shows my ability to just build something pretty good on the fly, right? But, yeah, you know, I'm not gonna sweat over, like, making this team the best team ever, so... or, like, making it perfect. Nah, sorry, my guy. I can't be just giving out shinies to any old hoo-ha asker out there. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I appreciate you for being here, Gladiolus. You're more than welcome to go shiny hunt. It's pretty easy in the new game, in case you didn't know. You just make a Gandy Sandy, as they say. You know, you go to Gandalf Sandwiches, you make a Gandy Sandy. You call it a Gandy Sandy, too. That's the important part. If you don't say Gandy Sandy, it doesn't work. So... yeah, so you make your freaking Gandy Sandy, you say Gandy Sandy, you go to wherever the shiny is that you want, and you hope that you find it, right? But, like, yeah, I'm not just gonna trade you a shiny. Yeah, they're out there, you know. The shinies are pretty much out there in plenty. You just have to know how to look for them, and that's part of what makes the game fun. You know, like, finding your own shinies. There's like a, you know, you have like an attachment to it, you know, like, it's a good feeling. I care about my shinies, you know. I like winning with my shinies, you know. Winning with the shinies that you caught yourself, you trained yourself. Because I'm not a Jenner, you know, I don't freaking gen out here, my guy. Like, it's a good feeling. Sidebar, though, like, I lost my top 8 match in a draft league the other day to some absolute BS. Yeah, it's a good feeling. It is. It's good at the achievement for sure. Like, I lost my top 8 match in a draft league the other day because my opponent usually gens their Pokemon, and like genning's not frowned upon in the upper community, which like I'm fine with. I just don't do it, right? So like you kind of just like accept that your opponent might gen their Pokemon, you know. But my opponent's gen bot wasn't working, you know. So he was like, we can't play on cart, or he asked me if it was okay if we play on Showdown, would be the correct way to put it, right? He said, my gen bot is down, can we play on Showdown, please? And I was like, yeah, that's fine, I don't care, you know. But what ended up happening was that he took advantage of the way that the timer works in Showdown in order to win game 2. And that didn't feel fair to me, because like I was literally like 2 seconds away from winning, and he did this thing where you can make the timer tick before the move animation stops happening by clicking skip move animation. So like he skipped the move animation, started the timer prematurely, and then I lost to my timer. And I'm like, dude, like like I had literally no control over that. Like I lost to my timer while we were in the middle of watching the move animations. Like that shouldn't be allowed. And you know, he just kind of like, he just played the typical like, I'm in the winning position, so why would I give any ground? You know what I mean? Exactly, yeah, like he thought he was slick, you know? And obviously when you're the one in the winning position, you're not gonna be like, oh yeah, nah dude, like I totally get it, like yeah, let's play a round 3. Like he was winning, why would he be like, yeah sure, let's play a round 3, you know? So like he freaking stuck to it, you know. He stuck to his guns, and he was like, I don't know man, like if Showdown says I won, so like it's GG's. But like in my mind, it definitely should have gone to a game 3, because he literally only won game 2 because of the timer, the way that the timer worked on Showdown. Whether or not he wants to admit that he was taking advantage of the timer and using it like manipulatively, you know, I'm never gonna get that out of him, right? And I don't care to, because it's just not worth it. But I think he was in a pretty good position to win game 3 anyways. Because his team was honestly better than mine. Like, it just looked really good matchup-wise into my team. So, like, the fact that he wasn't even willing to, like, play a game 3 just kind of hints that, like, he was a little scared, my guy. Like, he was a little freaking scared. Exactly, yeah. He tried to squeeze the win out any way he could. Like, you know, like, he wasn't even willing to give it a chance, you know? Like, he was like, it's fine. Like, you know, I'm gonna freaking do whatever I can. Like... And it's bullshit, because, like, excuse my Francois, you might say, but, like, it's total BS, because, like, I was respectful in the first place by even saying I was okay with playing Showdown. And, like, I would expect that he would give me a little respect back for doing that, right? But, like, no, that's not the way the world works. And, you know, like, what would have happened if I had just been like, nah, dude, not down to play Showdown. Like, you gotta play on cart. Like, F your genning problems. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't... The problem with the world is that it doesn't pay off to be a good person sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, when you're the better person, people just take advantage of it. And so it's like, how am I supposed to feel? Like, but like, I expressed the way I felt to him. He expressed the way that he felt to me. And like, the only gripes that I have with it is that like, I could tell that he was timer manipulating, right? Like, my timer was literally starting in the middle of the move animations, and that's not supposed to happen. Like, and like, sure, he might not have been timer manipulating intentionally, because like, some players on Showdown just naturally skip the move animation because they don't feel like watching it, But to me, as someone who's like filming my content and like wants people to see what's happening, like, I don't skip my move animations. And if I wanted to win, technically that's what I had to do. Like, I had to skip the move animations as well so that I could be clicking my options, right? But yeah, it's dumb, you know what I mean? Like, so it is what it is. Like, I'm proud of my run. My team was really strong. This was my team. Yeah. Right. Like, that's exactly, like, that's the way it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean, like, technically, I wouldn't have said no to playing Showdown because that's not the type of person I am, But, like, if I had known that it would have gotten to that point, of course I wouldn't have agreed to it. So, like, I would think that if anything, he would at least understand the fact that I literally should have won that game too if it wasn't for Showdown, so we should be playing a game 3, right? But he wasn't willing to concede to that because he was being the type of person that most people are, right? So, it is what it is. But like I said, like, he expressed the way he felt about it to me, and he just was basically like, nothing against you, but like, like, I'm just going by what Showdown says. Like, it says I won, so I won. But like, I know what happened. Like, he freaking, whether or not he knew he was doing it, he was timer manipulating. And like, it is what it is, But like, I had a good run. And this is the team that I was using, So my draft team was Iron Hands, Urshifu, Landorus, Corviknight, Mimikyu, Scizor, Muck, Galar Moltres, Serena, and Toedscruel. Yeah, so, and I didn't change a single Pokemon throughout the whole draft league. Like, you're allowed to make like 3 or 4 changes or whatever, right? But like, I didn't change a single Pokemon, and I ended up going 4-3, which is enough to make top 16. But like, I also forfeited one of my I forfeited one of my matches because I was too busy, quote unquote too busy. I technically forgot about it, but like, sue me, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so like, in my 4-3, one of my losses was because I literally like auto lost the match, right? So like, it's still, I technically went 4-2, right? Like, and then in top 16, I beat my good friend Carney, who runs the league basically. The matches are on my channel too. Like, you can literally go watch this stuff. Like, I haven't posted the top 8 match yet because I feel some type of way about it, of course. But like, like, it's basically because if I post it, I'm gonna have to explain what happens at the end, and be like, I'm not trying to like, have any words with my opponent, but like, technically this is what happened, so I'm just saying. It's like, I'd almost rather just not upload it, you know what I mean? Like, but yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's, if I post it, you'll see what happened, right? Like, his team actually was really good against my team. Like, I do technically have a really good team because I have Iron Hands, Urshifu, and Landorus. But like, He had Ogre Fire. He had Ogre Fire, so that's what he had, and it's a good Pokemon. But besides that, I don't remember. It was my memory only works so well. It works well enough to be good at things, and and good enough to remember things, kind of. But yeah, so he had an Ogre Fire team that was actually really good into my team, and he won game 1 because I made a really hard read that didn't pay off, right? Like, I was like, oh, like, whatever, I'll just freaking Terra Rock, and yeah, so I just got dunked on in game 1, and then in game 2, I basically pulled Muck on him. Like, I did a Muck cheese strat, and like, I won by clicking minimize and then knocking everything off. But I didn't win because of the timer, right? So, it is what it is. But yeah, that's enough of my ranting, and I'm going to now get you guys the team. But have I used Embor? I have not. Do I want to run Draco Meteor? Like, I can definitely see how Draco Meteor is good, but like, I really don't want to. I have not tried Embor though. I think Embor would be interesting. Like, I feel like it doesn't really get any good. I don't know what it gets. Like, does it get anything actually good? You know what I'm saying? Hidden ability, Tepig. Yeah, but like, that's what I'm saying though. Like, what's its hidden ability? Because it's got to be something that's actually worth it, kind of, you know. Reckless. Okay. I could see how that could be interesting. Let me... Okay, so one thing I need to do is I need to PP train. Yeah, so that is a good point. Yeah, I mean, technically, if you want to run Reckless, you can also just run Arcanine, which gets Head Smash, and you have the stab Head Smash. But Embor is a fighting type, which beats Arcanine. Yeah, and it's not that fast, right? So technically, it could be good on Trick Room, but sorry if I'm ever kind of like yelling at times too. Like, I feel like I don't think about my volume level sometimes, especially when I get into the game, but it's mostly because like the most important thing about it is like the comparison between the music and my voice. Gets Sucker Punch nice. Alright, so the last thing that I'm doing before we get this team ready is I'm just PP training my Ludicolo. Alright, right on. Yeah, we had quite a while on the channel where we had to figure out the volume, because, like, it wasn't even really because of my old computer, like, being bad. I feel like it was like, I couldn't get correct the ratio between my computer volume and the game volume. But I don't know, like, it seems fine. I really just PP maxed my blizzards, and then I just like have these other moves that would probably be better to have PP training. Do I play my lives on my cell phone or another device? I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. Cause, like, I'm live streaming through my laptop, if that's what you mean. Like, I use my laptop to stream. I don't know anyone who streams video games, like Switch video games through their phone. Oh, right. I can technically look at it on my phone to see how it sounds. It does seem pretty fine, but, like, I usually, like, when I check it, I don't turn up the volume very high, because if I do, then you guys can hear me checking it, and then, like, it, you know. Just funny. Little soundception for you. Okay, so let's see. I do have a lot of grassy seeds. Nice. So I'm going to go get a couple more. Yeah, and I mean, technically, whenever I rewatch my own videos, I'm like hearing how it sounds, right? So in my current experience, it's pretty fine, right? Nice. Okay, so that's fine. That's enough for me to feel like I got something going on. So what I'm doing right now is I actually need to switch the Pokemon over to my Scarlet version in order to make a rental code, because all my rental teams are already taken in my Violet version. So yeah, I'm just gonna send these Pokemon to my Scarlet version. We're gonna do a overview of the team, and then probably wrap it up for the night. So it's been a good stream. We only dropped 41 frames throughout the whole thing, according to my laptop. 41's a small number. There's something we call the law of large numbers. There's also something called the law of small numbers. And in the world of big numbers, 41's a small number. So, like, hypotheoretically, it ain't no thing, my guy. Nice. Are you going to be running the team more tomorrow? I kind of run through teams pretty quickly, if we're being honest. It's like I build a team, I make a video with it, and then I go on to the next team. And mostly it's because of the way that people are. A lot of people want to see a new team every day or else they don't watch, So, I make new teams just because, right? Not Ethernet. Ethernet is old school for sure. At least if I remember what Ethernet is. Ethernet, I mean, we have Wi-Fi and stuff, you know what I mean? But what was my point? My point was I'm gonna be reposting the matches that we played today tomorrow. And after that, I'm more than likely gonna be building another team. Whether or not I'll go live when I'm doing it, I don't know. I mean, really, I just didn't have any matches filmed for tomorrow yet, and sometimes I enjoy going live more than I just playing the game. So I was like, why not go live while we're building a team to make content with? Because that's what I would be doing anyways, is I would just be throwing a team together and then doing stuff. But the fun thing about going live while doing it, right, is we can actually kind of work on the team a little bit, I mean, that's what I'm doing anyways, right? When I'm building it by myself, I'm just working on the team. And obviously I did most of the work today. But, you were here. You were the homie. And, what am I trying to say? When I'm just playing a couple matches and just cranking teams out, I really don't think very hard about them, So, when I go live, I take more time to, think through what I'm doing and to be well, hold on a second. Are we sure that's what we want the final option to be? And instead of when I'm not live, I'm just kind of yep, that's fine. Do it. So, yeah. Let's see. So what do I need? I need safety goggles. I need safety goggles, and I need a blunder policy. Oh, I see what you're saying. Ethernet cable. No, we actually didn't drop any frames. That's what I was saying. So, when I was going on that rant about the law of large numbers, there's technically the law of large numbers works in inverse too. There's the law of small numbers, which says that small numbers in comparison to really big numbers don't mean crap. And so, if there's 10,000 frames in a video, 41 frames means literally nothing. It's like we barely even dropped a frame, So in the law of large numbers, I am perfectly fine with dropping 41 frames throughout a stream. In a 2-hour stream, you know, like dropping 41 frames is pretty darn good. Yeah, exactly. I know I have safety goggles. There you go. So we have safety goggles, and then I just need to go buy a blunder policy. Yeah, the law of large numbers is cool though. I mean, obviously, as a physics major, physics minor, I guess. As a physics minor, you know, I would be in the position to think that the law of large numbers is cool, but you know, I mean, it really determines a lot about how our world works, right? Because like there's forces that activate on like meter scales, right? Like gravity. Gravity activates on a meter scale. The atomic forces, like the strong force and the weak force, activate on a scale of like microns, right? And so the law of large numbers states that, you know, the weak force and the strong force literally don't even really interact with gravity because they're so far apart in what they have the ability to interact with that like they don't even like have anything to do with each other, you know? Like if you were to add the effect of the nuclear forces onto like the distance scale of gravity's effect, like it just doesn't mean anything. It's like, okay, you added a micron, like good. But you know, like that being said, the weak and nuclear forces, or the weak and strong force, like actually do end up having a lot of energy bound up in them. So, you know, even though they operate on a really small scale, the energy level that they deal with is not necessarily negligible compared to that of gravity, you know. So it's just that like the forces themselves don't have the ability to interact because like the rate at which gravity affects things or the distance at which it affects things, it's completely uncomparable. So yeah. There's my rant about the law of large numbers. So thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Like, okay, so we've got everything. A balance, rain D's. Nice. we found the correct box. Nice. And then I think that is the order that we had everything in originally, so everything checks out. We can rain D's. Physics is tight. I love physics. So if I had to suggest a way to get into physics, like I would say just dive straight in. Like, if we're being honest, like the way that I got into physics was just by reading like a really high level physics book. So like that's not technically true because like I've been into science my whole life, but like my first real exposure to physics beyond like just watching the Science Channel and stuff, like because I didn't take physics until 12th grade, you know, like as a formal class. I took it in 8th grade, but I like didn't understand it at all when I took it. So it's like I can't even really claim that I took it, kind of. But physics, I read this book. I'll type it in the chat in a second, but I read this book, Hyperspace by Michio Kaku, which is about theoretical physics and like the nature of the universe. And I found it really interesting because like all you really need to know to like be able to get into it is just how to read well, you know? So like if you do like to read, there's nothing that says you can't just like read a physics book, you know, and try to understand it. And that's basically what I did to get into my journey with, you know, learning physics. So it's cool. It's cool. It's good stuff. But yeah, I'll type it in the chat in a sec. And I think we're even going to avoid hitting my hotkeys. Hyperspace, Michio Kaku. We almost avoided hitting all my hotkeys. We hit one, but it's okay. Yeah, Hyperspace by Michio Kaku is a really good book. And it is one of the books that got me into physics because it's basically just like him talking about the possibility that, like, you know, through exploring theoretical physics, we've come to understand, like, what the universe's ultimate nature might be more than, like, what we normally think about in our everyday life, right? And Michio Kaku's just a really good writer, you know, like, there's a reason why he's like one of the most well-known physicist writers, I guess would be the way to put it. But he's really smart. Like, he's more of a physicist than a writer, if we're being honest. Like, so, but that being said, you know, he writes well, so good for him. It's a good book. I would suggest it. We have officially dropped 126 frames now. Do I watch Billy Carson, my guy? I don't know who that is, but I could look into it. But yeah, with that being said, let's start wrapping up talking about this team. So here is the team that we've been using today. I guess I might put this at the beginning of the video so we don't have to talk about it like a, okay, yeah, I'll check him out for sure. But yeah, feel free to let me know what he does in the chat. So this is the team that we're using for today's video. We technically already played the matches, but I am going to put this rental code at the beginning of the video. Shoutouts to the homie Critical Hits, who has been here with us for the whole journey of building the team and playing the matches. You know, we've had fun. It's been a good stream today. And this team has definitely, you know, kind of proven that it's got the stuff to chuff, as I like to say. You know what I'm saying? But the main idea was that, like, I just wanted to try Overqwil. Like, Overqwil is really nice because it diversifies the types of SwiftSwim users that you have, right? Like, Sure, we can use Ludicolo, which is water grass. We technically could use Kingdra, which is one of our new toys, right? But I wanted to try Overqwil because I like that Overqwil, is a Poison Dark type. Poison Dark is good into Armorogue, so we can't be like Psy spammed. Technically, we have Wide Guard with Pelipper to help with that even more, right? But Overqwil, while we really only got to see it perform in like one match today, it can do things, like in certain scenarios, it is definitely a good pick on this team. And while in some instances you might say like, sure, just take off Overqwil for Kingdra, I'll make a Kingdra team eventually. Like I'm not that hard pressed to getting around to using Kingdra. Like, if we're being honest, Kingdra kind of sucks. Like, like newsflash, in case anyone's forgotten, Kingdra has terrible special attack. Like, you literally have to run it with Life Orb, and even then, it doesn't hit that hard. So, like, Overqwil is good. We have our Chaladon too. Our Chaladon's back. Big surprise. I gave it the Grass Terra because ultimately I think it should have the Grass Terra to make it better against ground moves and also better against Amoonguss. We have a Blunder Policy Ludicolo. That's fun. I just, we're just being little silly billies here. Like, Regaf hasn't even started. Like, why be that serious? Like, sure, I could run Citrus Berry. Citrus Berry would make it bulkier, right? But like, Blunder Policy's fun. Like, we activated it. It works. Like, it works. And like, to be honest, a Blunder Policy activated Ludicolo is kind of scary. Like, I kept expecting it to hit harder because I was thinking it had the Life Orb, but it doesn't. So, keep that in mind. It's not a Life Orb Ludicolo. It just has Muddy Water. But that being said, Muddy Water can hit decently hard, and the Blunder Policy is actually kind of fun. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. And if anything, Regieleki kind of pops off, because like, we used the Ice Terra Regieleki to decent success. We have Electroweb, Ice Terra Blast, Thunder, and Volt Switch. All in all, just a good set for a Rain Team Regieleki, which, has the Ice Terra Blast to deal with annoying things, Volt Switch to switch in your Rain if you need, or switch in something else, Thunder to take advantage of the Rain, and then Electroweb to be Regieleki. So, that's fun. We have Porygon 2 to do Porygon 2 things. Sometimes we're not going to want to go fast and we're going to want to go slow. Sorry, I've been sitting here tapping something on my leg and then I just realized I'm doing it. So I'm going to stop tapping. Hopefully you guys couldn't hear it. But yeah, what was I trying to say? Porygon 2 allows this team to be slow, right? Like, there's going to be times where I don't feel like I want to just try to keep up with my opponent's Tailwind. Like, say they have like a super offensive Tailwind team, freaking big boy strats. Like, and like, I'm just like, you know what? Once if, as my good friend used to say, once if I just clicked Trick Room and then I used our Chaladon and like Ludicolo and Overqwil, because that comprises of a decent slow core compared to a fast team, right? So like, we're gaming, like we just have a little gaming here. And I kind of just threw Porygon 2 on the team, if we're being honest. Like, I'm sure there's other better options, but Porygon 2's fun. We're trying out Ghost Terra Blast Porygon 2 because we're as boys, and you gotta be as boys, It's the only thing to do in this world. So thank you all for tuning in. Thank you guys for tuning in. Consider giving a like and subscribe if you're not already, it helps support the channel and keep these crazy teams coming. And, you know, we get to keep being unhinged and saying things like my guy all the time. So, like, you know. Let's just throw it over to the chat, to the matches. But yeah, thank you, Critical, for hanging out with us here while we built the team and being a good sir. And to all of yous, you know, enjoy the matches. But yeah, that's going to be the stream. Thank you, Critical. I hope you did enjoy this stream and just shooting the shit, as we say. But yeah, that's going to be it for me. It is officially 2 a.m. or so. So I think, no, it's 1 a.m. Yes! Yes! We saved time. Because I thought it was an hour longer than it was. Alright, but it is 1 a.m. So I'm going to go bull. And I hope you have a good one, my guy. So peace out.